All of you know this deep sleep, Sushupti, Swapna, dream. Many of you are in. Waking. You know what is the waking state. Listen. In the waking state, you constantly hurt yourself by impossible expectations or irreparable past failures. Please understand, you lost $1 million in the past. You can gain 2 million in the future, but you are not okay with it. Why did I lose? I want answer for that. Can that be repaired ever? It can't be. See, this hitting your head on impossible corner, you start enjoying it. Listen. I want you to know, all the abusal you do in the waking state to yourself is the reason why you are afraid of higher awakened state. Listen, because in the waking state, you constantly hurt yourself. You try to bring impossible dreams or irreparable past failures. Either you are all the time hanging around irreparable past failures. Come on. Hanging around irreparable past failures means saying no to life. Looking at the future possibility means saying yes to life. That is what Isavasya Upanishad says. The demon, the difference between demon and God, only one thing. If 51% of you is hanging on the irreparable past, or 51% of you is hanging on the possibility of the future. Person who is always looking about the possibility of the future will not collapse himself and others and the whole system. The fellow who is all the time hanging about the irreparable past will not bother to collapse the whole world. See, please understand, Isavasya Upanishad elaborately describes the difference between the demon and God. If you are all the time looking about the future possibility, you are God. If you are all the time hitting your head about the irreparable past, you are demon. If somebody is all the time hanging on the irreparable past, he will be so frustrated, he will not be bothered to collapse the system. He will feel, let the whole world be destroyed. If I am not happy, let the world not be happy. Let it be destroyed. Listen deeply. This hurt which you create on you, you get frightened about moving to the higher awakened states. Turiya is the higher possibility state. In Turiya, you will feel a strong oneness with the whole. In Turiyatita, you will be able to manipulate everything as you want. See, in Turiya, you will feel one with the whole. Like this wall, this hall, this whole universe, planet, with everything you will feel one in Turiya. In Turiyatita, you can do as you want with all of this. It's all in your disposal. Listen, I'm not talking two big things. Whenever I describe something like this extraordinary, you always have a feeling, okay, nice story. In the waking state, you may have 100 ideas about you. Roughly, it is not 100, sometimes it is even 2,000-3,000. I am giving you a rough example. In the waking state, you may have 100 ideas about you. In the dream state, you will carry only that 4 or 5 ideas from this 100. When this 100 idea calls these 4 or 5 ideas identity back, you wake up from the dream. When that 4 or 5 idea is freely roaming around, it's called dream. Listen. When this 100 idea identity calls that 4 or 5 idea identity back into itself, it's called waking up. Dream may be 5 ideas. Waking may be 100 ideas. Awakened state will be 1,000 ideas. I should say 1,000 possibilities. Alive state will be 10,000 powers. Listen, this 5 calls the 100 back is waking state. 1,000 calling that 100 back is awakened state. 10,000 calling this 1,000 back is Turyatita, alive state. How many are, if you are able to understand? If you understand this Swapna and Jakrat, you will be able to understand. See, in the dream state, you can never imagine you can do what you can do in the waking state. Do you remember all the capacity you have in the waking state, in your dream state? Now, if you remember, you will wake up. Forgetting your capacity is lower identity. Listen, I am giving you the formula. Forgetting your capacity is lower identity. In the dream state, if I tell you, you can do so much, you will never believe. Only if you wake up, you will believe. Same way, in the waking state, if I tell you, you have so much of possibility, you can manipulate, you can manifest, you can play with this whole, you will never believe. Only if you reach this awakened state, you will understand, yes. People who are manifesting powers, ask them, have they believed? When I told you will be able to do it? No, ask. I tell you, actually when you start manifesting, first few days even you will have confusion about it. Is it happening placebo effect? In placebo effect, you may even win fight between you and your spouse, but not manifesting powers. The percentage of the placebo effect and the power manifestation is totally different space. Listen carefully. Even the people who manifest powers, first few days will have this doubt. But few more days of manifestation of powers, your very identity changes. I tell you. If you heard my lion cub story, how many of you heard it? How many of you have not heard it? Please don't miss. Go to YouTube and see. Please go to YouTube and see the lion cub story, where a cub mistakenly identifies itself as a sheep and lives brought up by the sheep, and it meets a lion by mistake, and the lion makes this cub realize its identity. That's the whole story. And you are the cub. Mistakenly, you identified yourself as a human being and got caught with human beings. And by mistake, you see me and I catch you by the throat. And in that story, there's a beautiful part where the lion is trying to feed the cub the flesh, the animal flesh. Poor fellow had only grass along with the sheep, never tasted flesh. But when the lion is trying to push the flesh into the mouth, the blood goes inside, automatically it changes the identity of the cub and he starts roaring. Same way, when I feed you with powers, 2-3 powers, when it goes inside, you start roaring. Eating powers transforms your identity. Actually, in the initial 1 or 2 days, it'll look like a trial and error. Oh, I read one word properly, not second word. All that, you yourself deny you can do it. The whole game is that only. You can't handle, your third eye is open. No. For others, okay. They have done so much and they are with Swamiji and their eye. Not for me. That strong, I call it toxic mental setup. Not for me. I am very clear. It is for everyone else, may be possible. But that is not for me. Let me be just devotee. And it will be very humble. Let me be just devotee. Oh God. Unless you taste me and evolve as me, you will never be devoted. Your devotion can never be trusted. Understand? Only if you start manifesting powers, your identity will evolve, become stable. Only a higher identity's devotion can be the real devotion. That is why in Shaivism it is very clearly described. Shiva can be worshipped only by yogis. Vishnu will be worshipped by rich people. See the Tirupati, whole rich crowd. See Tiruvannamalai, all sadhus. Devi will be worshipped by sons and daughters. Vishnu will be worshipped by rich people. Shiva can be worshipped only by yogis. Only if you start manifesting powers, your devotion can be trusted. Your higher identity. Your higher identity forms the foundation of your devotion. Higher identity should be the basis of your devotion. Listen. When you are in that 5, Swapna, actually Sushupti is 0, complete 0. Swapna, when you are in the 5, you can never trust 100. When you are in the 100, you can never trust 1,000 is possible for you. When you are in 1,000, you can never think 10,000 is possible for you. Only somebody from 10,000 has to call. Come on. That is what I do. Kundalini. That is what exactly I do. When I call Kundalini, it is exactly the 10,000 calling. The 1,000, the 100, the 5 and 0. Lion calling the cub. Feeding. The flesh is what is the powers. When you eat powers, you will wake up to the higher realities. All I need to do is break this toxic mental setup that this is not for me. Sometimes the moment you see the hanging rope, or the moment you see the Mallakamba, How many of you without even trying decided this is not for me? Raise your hand. That is what exactly I call toxic mental setup. I'm not saying you should try. That is up to you. But I am saying that mental setup is wrong. The toxic mental setup. Before even trying, declaring to yourself, this is not for me. Anyhow, I will poke holes into that setup. One good news is that toxic mental setup, even if you drill 2-3 holes, it will collapse. It's like a huge concrete floor. Even if you drill 2-3 holes, if I just puncture your logic, it will collapse. That puncturing is what is initiation. This Turiya and Turyatita. Turiya is all possibility space. Turyatita is all powerful space. Actually, this word awakened and alive is not equivalent word for Turiya and Turyatita. We can replace it with all possibility space and all powerful space. That can be the much better equivalent. Even then it is rough equivalent only. In Turiya, you will feel oneness with everything. Buddhist enlightenment is only that much. In Turyatita, not only you will feel oneness, you can play with it. In Turyatita, the space of all powerfulness, not only you experience the state of oneness, you can also manifest it through the system you are carrying. More understanding, more clarity you have about you, the higher the consciousness you experience. Listen. I'll repeat. More clarity, more understanding you have about you makes you experience higher states of consciousness. If you only have 5 clear understanding about you, you will be in dream state. If you don't have anything, you will be in deep sleep. If you are carrying 5, dream state. If you are carrying 100, waking state. If you are carrying 1,000, all possibility state. If you are carrying 10,000, all powerful state. I also want you to understand, humbleness is not thinking low about you, it is thinking less about you. Listen. Humbleness is not thinking low about you. Don't think if you have a 5 idea about you, it is humbleness. No. It is thinking less about you. More. You should be thinking more about your possibilities, less about your conflicts. But the so-called socially humble people, you will see they will have so much of complications inside. They will torture everyone with their humbleness. See how humble I am? Why he is not that humble? No, their humbleness will be such a torture for everyone around them. This whole Sadashivam is about making all the powerfulness as your inner space, so that Turyatita gets established in your system. Turyatita means the tantrum throwing child in you and the desire you have about you. Means strategizing logic, desire. Tantrum throwing child, belief. The tantrum throwing child in you is your belief. The desire, logic, strategy making mind you have in you. Both components Experiencing Turyatita is the goal of Sadashivaham. I commit with you guys, I will make it happen. See, ultimately, all the incompletion you have, even if you have the incompletions to the level of Ravana, don't think you have a Guinness record in incompletions. No. Even if you think you have, it is nothing more than a betel leaf. So do not worry. And if your mind is cunning enough to play with you and keep you in confusion, I am brilliant enough to play with that mind. Basically, your desire part, your logic part entering into Turiya or Turyatita is easy but will not be stable. But your belief part entering into Turiya or Turyatita will take little time, but once it enters, it will become permanent. It will become stable. I am only working on your belief part. See, even one or two powers starts manifesting and the Kundalini Shakti starts happening, immediately your idea about you will start getting reorganized. Not in your logical mind, in your very belief system. In your very belief system, it will start getting reorganized. Wow! If this one or two powers are real means, then whatever he is talking, the whole thing is real. That reorganizing will start happening when your belief enters into Turiya. See, your belief is the area where you have anchored yourself. If your belief is in Turiya and your logic is in Swapna, you are anchored in Turiya. The ship goes to Swapna but will come back, will be pulled back to Turiya. I have made more people experience Turiya during the Kirtan's eye contact than number of people experience Turiya through unclutching or completion or mirror or everything. Understand? When you are ecstatically dancing in Kirtan and catching my eye contact, that moment, very casual, that eye contact when you are in joy, see, joy is the receptor for bliss. That's a yes. I have made more people enter into Turiya. During the Kirtan, when you are jumping, you will see the casual look. That through that look, I have put more people in Turiya than you looking at the mirror. Now, I have seen people doing this mirror completion. See, I know I'm not disrespecting the technique. It is I who taught you guys. So. But there, your desire, that logical strategizing mind only is trying to enter into Turiya. But in Bhava Samadhi, your belief gets into Turiya. This Turiya becomes more stable than that Turiya. This Turiya becomes more stable than that Turiya. If you enter into Turiya through Bhava Samadhi, You get anchored in Turiya and go to any state and come back. But if you enter into Turiya through the logic, you may enter, but you will be pulled out. Because where you are anchored, see, whether good or bad, right or wrong, you are anchored where your belief system is. If you strongly believe, nothing can be done. That is where you get anchored. Please understand. For one full life, if you believe, there is no rebirth. There is only one life. That is the biggest damage done to your consciousness. Actually, when the death happens, when other states of consciousness opens up, you will get overwhelmed and you will not move into any of that. You will be just like a stone, get back to your body. And you will be hanging around like a ghost. Hindus don't become ghosts because they know there is a next Janma. And for the sake of Godel, do not believe in this one life theory. That is the worst conspiracy done against you. Please understand, this one life theory is the worst stupidity. For example, if you start believing that, you will not be prepared for the different doors opening. When you are not mentally prepared for the different doors opening, actually when those doors open, you will get overwhelmed. Then what will happen? You will just reject them and get back to your body. Hindus, we don't believe in that. Only if you are enlightened, your body is preserved so that it continues to radiate the highest bioenergy. Other than that, as quickly as possible, we get rid of your body. Understand this one life theory, karma, this delusion, liberation, all these are very closely connected. Whenever you are overwhelmed, invariably you retire, you retreat, you withdraw, and just collapse into sushupti. Means deep sleep, deep sleep. Sometimes for ages, people retire into deep sleep, deep sleep. Like the story in Ramayanam, Ahalya. The story says she has done some mistake and she was cursed to be a stone. It is nothing but she is pushed into sushupti. Deep sleep, deep sleep. Ages time is wasted. If you understand the karma theory, reincarnation theory and all, you can see many zigzag puzzles will fall in place. Whatever you believe, that belief system, which state of consciousness that belief system goes through, will be the state where you will be anchored. Where you will be anchored. Yesterday I explained, the horizontal line is the desire, logical mind. Strategizing logical mind, what you want to be. The vertical line is your belief, what you are going to be. Please understand, I wanted to reiterate once more. You will not manifest your desire, you will only manifest your belief. I am not saying your belief is right or wrong, your desire is right or wrong. I am only saying what is going to be reality. What is going to be reality? With this whole understanding, Ultimately, you need to experience Turyatita. Turyatita means the belief component of you and desire component of you both should experience Turyatita and Turyatita. In the Turyatita and Turyatita, what kind of a brain activity will happen, that only I have captured in this spiritual alchemy product. And I will push that into you, into your system, when you are not fighting with me continuously. That actually happens when you just relax or rest or fall asleep. You will not be fighting with me. The watchman will be out. So this can just get into your system, and the same signals actually, maybe as early as possible, I can even establish, if the science evolves some system to study all the electrical signals happening in the brain, when a being is in Turyatita, exact this Meru is constructed in your brain through electrical signals. Exactly. Exact this Meru is constructed. The same line which is there in 3D, but actually it happens in 3D, not in 2D, in 3D. It gets constructed. That electrical signals going, that exactly gets constructed in the system. If this construct is done in your brain and maintained for 21 minutes, that's enough. After that, it cannot be removed. It cannot be erased. You cannot fall back. This whole process, from morning I am sitting, just for the 21 minutes only. Understand? Only when more and more spending time, you will start relaxing. You will become unarmed. You will stop keeping all your guns, your AK-47, AK-57, everything. That is why Sadashiva says, Guru should eat with the disciples, rest amidst them. The disciples should see from morning till night all the personal life, the way Guru lives, behaves, attends to everything. Only then your being starts resting. He's also like us only. He's not going to. We can be in peace. Only with the long hours of sitting, the entanglement starts happening. Your brain also starts vibrating. Only then I can construct this whole electrical signal in your brain and keep it for 21 minutes. Otherwise, I can construct maybe for 2-3 minutes, you will be out. He is doing something to me. No, really. That belief part will start throwing tantrum. It will start raising the black flag. But once this high energy is actively kept within you 21 minutes, you will start tasting it. It is like a lion has to force the flesh into cub's mouth only first time. After the blood goes inside, the flesh goes inside, the moment it crosses the throat, now lion need not put the flesh into the mouth. Actually, you need to take his hands off quickly. Otherwise, the cub may bite this hand. After that, I don't need to do anything. You will start tasting it. Oh God. No other tradition other than Agama works on your neurology. That is why Agama is able to make more people enlightened and manifest powers. Other traditions miss this one major component of you. Understand? Your psychology cannot create an independent reality and make you feel something exists completely independent of the external world. Your physiology cannot create a different reality and make you feel something exists completely independent of the outer world. But your neurology can do that. How many of you are understanding what I am saying? Your neurology can do independent. You see, externally everything can be great, best, smooth. But your neurology can make you believe everything is in conflict, all bogus, nothing is right. Prime Minister is wrong, President is wrong, country is wrong, army is wrong, and my wife is wrong, my husband is wrong, my brother is wrong. I think even I am wrong. No, neurology is capable. It can create a separate reality, independent of everything happening around you, good or bad, both. Good or bad, both. Same way, it can do good also. Everything can be bad around you, but it can continue to retain the good and manifest that good by attracting that good into you. Your neurology is the core magnet energy. Whatever that generates, that decides to generate, it can go on attracting that kind of a relationship, people, situation, power, energy, and it can go on manifesting that as your reality. Understand? That is why only spiritual traditions which works on your neurology are successful in making you enlightened and manifesting powers. This whole Agama system addresses your physical, physiological, psychological and neurological. Neurological circuits are basically impacting your belief system, and your belief system is impacting your neurological system. The whole work is about the final decision maker. You see, inside you, your neurological circuits only finally decides what kind of a space you are in, who you are, how your life is. Those final conclusions are supplied to you by your neurological circuits. That part need to tell you, you are all powerful. Understand? That part need to tell you, you are all powerful. This neurological circuit, making that part realize you are all powerful by keeping that part in the highest energy possibility. That is the purpose of the spiritual alchemy product. Understand? These are one or two signs, you can see how it works. You may also have a very extreme light visualizations, means the light which you can never imagine, like a million suns together. That kind of extreme electric activity. These are the one or two signals or symptoms, I should say, proofs that the spiritual alchemy product is working on your neurological circuits. The extreme lights, like a million suns together, that kind of a light, you will start perceiving. Whenever the high electric signal activity happens in your brain, you perceive extreme light and extreme joy. Understand? All this process, the base material on which the programming is done is bliss. Bliss is the base material. So whether initiation or spiritual process or all, everything, it will go on increasing the layer and layer of the bliss dosage in your system. The level of ecstasy will start getting layer and layer and layer. Like as if your muscles, your skin, everything is getting injected and infused with bliss. As if your bone marrow is replaced with bliss. Bliss is the base material on which this whole process, this whole powers, everything gets programmed. That is why I tell you, if you want to find out whether somebody is manifesting Siddhi or Shakti, see, Siddhi comes before enlightenment. Shakti comes from enlightenment. Siddhi comes before Turiya and Turyatita. Shakti comes from Turiya and Turyatita. How to find out? The person with Shakti will always be blissful. Person with Siddhi will always be tensed. Person with Siddhi will always be insecure. Person with Shakti will be always don't care. He will always be in that extreme joy and bliss. And it's not that he will not attend to things, but ultimately he knows, next. That extreme, sometimes it will be even perceived by people as arrogance. The extreme powerfulness becomes your belief system when you taste powers and Turiya and Turyatita.
I have a question regarding the Turiya state, and I know the gentleman before me, I have not experienced the Turiya state. So, as an analogy, trying to understand it, when world-class athletes, they are at the top of the game, and they say, well, I don't know what I executed.
Yes. Actually, that is Turiya. At least 2-3 people who experience that zone, I have even checked their biomemory, it is Turiya. Just body moves. Just body moves. I have experienced it during my Parivrajaka state. By walking, sometimes I just know my body is just moving. I am there all around. Your psychology and physiology binds your physical happening. If certain actions are performed where your psychology and physiology is made to feel tired, and they both come to the convincing understanding that I cannot stop this physical fellow, he is just going to do what he wants to do. How much ever I try to stop him, I can't. That is what I call tapas. Tiring your physiological and psychological signals and making them understand they can't dictate terms to your physical system is called tapas. Understand? Sometimes people ask me, in our Akada, Mahanirvani Akada, some sadhus stand in one leg for 25 years, keep their hands up for 40 years. Do all these required? Sometimes it is required. Those actions are like a statement sent to physiological and psychological circuits. You can't dictate terms to me. Get out, move out. I'm not going to listen to you. Actually, by walking, somehow my system has sent that statement to physiological and psychological circuits. So I saw they just moved out. And body is just moving. I used to walk 60 kilometers a day. 60 kilometers a day. After reaching to the place where I am supposed to reach, I will just sit in samadhi. I'll not fall asleep. I'll sit in samadhi. So it is possible the extreme physical activity in a tremendous loving and caring ambience where you do not feel you are tortured, but you are on the side of the physical activity, sending a statement to the one part of you makes you experience that. See, if you feel, I am putting you through this yoga from morning till night, I am forcing you, it will not be tapas. If you are convinced, no, I am doing it, Swamiji and me, we both are on same side. You fellow, you be on the other side. If you tell your tiredness and boredom, relax, relax. You are one side, me and Swamiji another side. Then it is tapas. Understand? So basically, your physical part, if that takes my side, this whole program will be a tapas. Means, I'll give you the practical statement. Just do not respect your tiredness and boredom. Treat it like your spouse. How you secretly want to treat it. Your boss, treat your tiredness and boredom like your boss. Tell them, no, I'm too busy with Swamiji. Then that becomes tapas.
Could you please explain how the logical mind and the tantrum child,
How the larger,
logical mind and the tantrum child experiences or cognizes Turyatita?
you reach Turyatita, logical mind loses its form as logical mind, and tantrum throwing child loses all its spicy qualities. Both of them become very evolved, matured beings. So, in Turyatita, they are no more tantrum throwing child, they are no more the logical mind. Much of their qualities disappear. Yesterday I was telling, even once a rebel catches the glimpse of Turiya, he becomes a seeker. He is no more a rebel. He is not rebelling just out of his ignorance. He is saying capital letter no due to his knowledge. Understand? See, a Parivrajaka, see, at the age of 17, I said no to society and started walking. I decided I will live out of the grid life. I don't want this grid. I don't want to be hooked to this grid. I'll live my life. I walked out. Not because I hated, but because I understood this is not useful for me anymore. So, at one point, the tantrum throwing child will lose all his spice and he will become an intelligent, brilliant seeker. Your no will have a different context. Your yes will have a different context.
Is it true that some of our desires get dumped in the Sapnaloka?
Whatever you powerfully deny and powerfully run behind starts reverberating in your dream state. If you really, really want it, and if you really, really don't want it, it gets into your dream. That's all. If you really, really want it, and you really, really don't want it, really, really want to spend time with somebody, really, really don't want the snake to chase you, you will see both in your dream. It boils down to the strong yes and strong no. Both gets dumped into your dream.
As we go through the states, what happens to time? in
Listen.
our relationship.
No, listen. There is something called chronological time. How the clock moves. There is something called psychological time. The psychological time is the unit of the psychological time. Listen. The unit of the chronological time is 1 second. Understand? 60 seconds is 1 minute. 60 minutes is 1 hour. Like that. The unit of the psychological time is the gap between one thought and the other thought. If it is more, means you have a lot of inner space. You take life sweetly. A rich man. Understand? Even the word rich is too small. I'll say, a man who has enough of inner space to take his life is a royal being. Means the gap between the one thought and the other thought is more. If the gap between one thought and the other thought is too less, you are a worker, Shudra. And if there is no gap and you are not even able to handle what is going on inside you, you are a Panchama, Chandala. If the gap is more, you are a king. If the gap is too much, you are a Brahmana. The psychological time, the unit of the psychological time is the gap between one thought and the other thought. The ultimate richness is the inner space you have and the way you take the life. The way you take the life decides whether you are a royal being or not the zeros in your bank balance. Not the zeros in your bank balance, the way you take the life. The way, the inner space, the amount of inner space you have, and the way you approach the life, that decides your royalness, your bigness.
I would like to know how does meditation and pranayama and repetition of mantras affect the states of consciousness?
All that is like a using toothpick and trying to move Everest.
And after achieving, okay.
You see, all of that may be initial help, but not after coming here.
So after that, we don't have to do
I
meditation?
think from now you don't have to do any of that. What you need to do after the Sadashivam, I will tell you at that time.
Thank you.
Understand, most of these techniques are very preliminary level. Very preliminary. I can show you the people who practiced pranayama for 25 years. They may be having good lungs. Nothing more than that. They may be having good physical heart. Nothing more than that. I am not saying that is wrong. I am saying that's not enough.
A couple of questions, Swamiji. So when we see that flashing golden kind of light internally, is that the higher state sort of reaching down?
Yes, I can say, whenever you see a flashing light which is like indescribable, I'll surely say it is moving, your being is moving towards Turiya. But it should not, it should be like uncomparable. Like million suns. What will you imagine when I say million suns? It should be like that. Overwhelming. Overwhelming light.
Why does the lion, the cub, feel that it is sheep? What makes it?
Actually, lion has to ask that question to cub, not the cub to the lion. I should be asking, why do you guys feel you are a sheep? When logically, as per the fact and truth and everything, when you are a lion, why will you feel you are a sheep? I have to ask you. You are asking me because I don't feel. Come on. See, it's like people come and tell me, Swamiji, I don't know why I am not listening to you. What do you mean? You are not listening to me. And I should be asking you, why are you not listening to me? And before I ask, you put the defense. I don't know why I am not listening to you. I know you are right. I know whatever you say is right. I don't know why I am not listening to you.
I agree. Will. Swamiji, one other thing.
I tell you,
Yes.
one thing. You hurt yourself too much in the waking state. In the waking state, you have beaten yourself too much. So you start hating this being conscious. And you feel, if I become more conscious, I'll become more aware of so many more things, so I may hurt myself more, which is not true. Understand? It is called killing the wrong person. It's like sometimes it happens in the media news comes now that somebody pays 1 crore to a professional killer and gives a photograph, and that fellow misidentifies and kills somebody else. Same way, with more awareness, you will only having less problem. But very unfortunately, you start believing, I am now aware, but how much I am hurting myself. If I become more aware, it will only be more tension, more stress on me. Why? Understand, information undigested is a stress. Information digested is consciousness, knowledge. Because of your earlier indigestion, you are afraid to eat more. But if you want energy, you need to eat and digest. It is all about stopping you hurting you. Stopping you hurting you. That can be a very important understanding for moving towards the higher states of consciousness. You will get more and more comfortable to manifest your possibilities and powers. I tell you, even third eye. Please listen. The biggest reason why you don't awaken your intuition and third eye, you are always afraid. You will get the bad news and your life will be suffering. You are afraid of intuition because the fear you will have the bad news about your life. And you don't understand, intuition always comes with not just information about future, ability to change the future. It is your own pains and hurting. The self-hurting need to be stopped. You don't need any enemy from outside. No, really, I'm telling you. You don't need any enemy from outside. You have so much of hurting patterns. Even if everything is going well, you cannot enjoy. Who knows tomorrow what will happen? Usually, whenever everything goes well today, next day I know what happens to me. Strong belief. When things go bad, you are very comfortable. When things go good, you feel, this cannot be my life. Looks like somebody else's life.
Five years ago, I was practicing astral projecting.
Oh, even all those things are,
Well,
it damages the consciousness.
It took me 3 months, and the first time I popped out of my body, and I was able to see through the concrete walls. I saw the vibration of everything, furniture, walls.
See, these things are like you are pushed into the Turiya and Swapna, means the dream state and Turiya club. But unfortunately, they damage your circuit and the system more than they help you. See, help means they should be making you reach the ultimate. Damage means whatever little investment you have, it is being blown away.
So it's not good to practice.
Surely not good to practice. See, these powers should come from oneness. It should not be practiced as a separate technique. When you now practice this oneness, when you start manifesting this oneness, from this, if the powers manifest, good, no problem. They will never damage you, you will not be drained. You will never be drained. More you practice, that itself becomes a practice of oneness. But without the base of oneness, all these practices are like a sucking your investment. It is like you are drawing from your 401k
And there's one
and
more
spending
thing.
it. All of you understand? See, all of you have certain good karma, 401k. You withdrawing from 401k and spending, that is exactly when you play with these psychic powers without having the oneness foundation, means enlightenment initiation. Without this basic system, any play with any of these powers are drawing from your 401k and spending.
And-
All of you are able to understand? I think Americans will understand this 401k. Yes.
And the other thing that happened, it was an incredible experience to see, because I saw what I feel is the Matrix. I saw literally the Matrix. But the scariest thing I saw, what happened at the same time, I saw an entity feeding off of someone's energy. And this thing saw me and came after me, and I woke up after that point, but I never been more scared in my life than when I saw this thing come at me.
See, what you saw is matrix, no doubt. That entity is what is called Maya, delusion. Without the foundation of oneness, when you play with these siddhis, these psychic powers, this kind of encounters will damage the system once for all. Not only that, after that getting frightened, you will never be able to repeat those powers again. It will almost cripple you psychologically. These are the reasons. Never enter into these things without having the foundation of oneness. Now the whole process you are going to go through will be based on the oneness and the power of oneness initiation. So even if you manifest powers, that itself is an enlightenment practice. More and more you will be grounded in oneness, more and more powers, with more powers, more grounding in oneness, with more grounding, more powers, it will be like a virtuous circle. Making you roll towards virtuous circle is initiation. Initiating that virtuous circle is initiation.
In the Karma webinar, you had said that first we deal with our thought current, then the families, then ultimately the cosmoses. So what is that? Does that push people into the Turyatita?
I should say, I will put it in this way. The higher the karma patterns and thought currents you deal, the higher powers you manifest. Higher oneness manifests through you. The larger responsible you feel. I can say, higher problems if you tackle, your consciousness will become higher. When your consciousness goes higher, higher problems you will be able to tackle. But they will not look like a problem anymore. For sure you know you are going to win the game. Winning is guaranteed. So when the winning is guaranteed, it's more like a leela, playing. That is why, please understand, if you lived and then it is written, you are a man. If you have written and then you live, you are God. For incarnations, they write the script, then come and enact. It's not that script, it is written after they lived. No. Because winning is guaranteed. When winning is guaranteed, then it is no more tackling. It is just Leela. Like kabaddi. Kabaddi, 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 kabaddi. When you know the medal is only yours. Yes.
I wanted to understand where some of these states lie in the matrix that you showed. One is the various samadhi states, and the second one is we often experience.
See, various samadhi states all fall under, listen, all the various samadhi states like a bhava samadhi, savigalpa samadhi, nirvigalpa samadhi, bija samadhi, sabija samadhi, nirbija samadhi, all these various states of samadhis fall under these states. And this is the nirvigalpa samadhi, sadashivatva. The TA plus TA, turyatita, is the nirvigalpa samadhi or sadashivatva. And all the other bhava samadhis, bija samadhi, nirbija samadhi, for example, if your belief means the vertical line, if that falls into turyatita, I should say this line, that will be called more like a bhava samadhi and savigalpa samadhi and sabija samadhi. And when that reaches into turyatita, it will be nirvigalpa samadhi, nirbija samadhi, nirvigalpa samadhi, nirbija samadhi, nirbhava samadhi. All these three words are turyatita, turyatita. And this sushupta turyatita, swapna turyatita, jakrat turyatita, turya turyatita, these all can be called as sabija and savigalpa, bhava, all this. These samadhis usually do not stay. Means when your desire, the logic enters into samadhi, they should be called more like a shanta state or the unclutched state. Those places, usually you don't stay there permanently. It will be like a Vena's, the string is held tight. So you can't hold that tight for long. You can't be in the Uchaswara for long. It won't. You have to come down. But these things, this line, means this line, you will be more and more getting comfortable in settling. Because that belief is getting into. This line will be more desire getting into. Clear?
Meditation and things like when you're in a high productivity zone during your workout.
That is only Jakrat. High productivity, all your high productivity is only Jakrat. Not more than that.
Meditation.
Meditation will be Jakrat entering into Turiya.
And enlightened beings.
See,
then
Jakrat entering into Turiya. This is, I can call this as a meditation. And when your belief system enters into Turiya, like this is Leela Dhyana. Sometimes, see, Jakrat Turiya means your desire entering into Turiya. Like when you meditate, the high energy zone you experience. Turiya Jakrat means your belief getting into Turiya. That happens when you are in the nostalgic memory of your Guru, the Leela Dhyana. Understand? Listen. Sometimes you don't put any effort and all. Whole day and night, whether you are cooking or washing or walking or driving, as an undercurrent of your thinking, the master will be there. He will always be there. How many of you have experienced that? That is what is Turiya Jakrat. Your belief system entering into Turiya. Your desire entering into Turiya You will experience that for a few hours. After one meeting with your boss will go away. 10-minute phone call or half an hour meeting with your boss is more than enough. So, this Jakrat Turiya is your desire entering into Turiya. Turiya Jakrat is your belief system entering into Turiya. The Lila Dhyana. It's not that you remember, you think. Just like how the cow chews. Like that, you will be doing all your work, but the inner space, that your belief system, your belief being, it will be going on chewing something connected to Swamiji, connected to the Master.
Turiya Turiya versus Turiya Atita Turiya Atita.
Turiya Turiya is more like you feeling all possibilities. Turiya Atita is you manifesting all powers. In Turiya Turiya, it's more like you know it's possible. In Turiya Atita, you manifest.
I just have a question about Turiyatita and what Ramakrishna said about attaining Brahmanyana. I just wanted you to clarify.
Tell me exactly what is your question.
So he said that attaining Brahmanyana after 21 days, one just can leave the body, does not have to come back. Is this Turiyatita or is this beyond?
No, actually that is Turiyatita only.
Okay.
And it is not necessary everyone has to leave the body.
Yeah, he just kept on repeating this, and it's not really explained. So I just thought someone like
See,
you would.
it is not necessary.
Yes.
You have to leave the body. Sometimes the joy and that ecstasy, you may feel that you may not need to use the body again. Don't worry about that. You are not going to leave the body.
I'm not worried. I was actually, the opposite. But I mean, because the possibility is open. So, just one more thing. When you experience, we all have heard your story about the enlightenment experience when you saw 360. That was Turiya?
No.
Sorry.
I should say that was Turiyatita only, but it did not stay permanently. I came down to Turiya. And then only when I was 22, the Turiyatita became permanent.
Wow. Okay. Thank you very much.
Question based on own experience. When breathing stops during meditation, where are we?
You are somewhere like a Jakrat, waking state entering into Turiya.
Okay, and second question, when sense perception enters a kind of 0 point field, example, morning shower with ice cold water turning inward and suddenly the water has no temperature, only liquidity.
So
or smell.
that is also again your waking state entering into Turiya.
Huh. And why would one experience that if it just stays for a very limited amount of time?
Because only your desire experiences. Your belief is not experiencing it.
Okay, what's the benefit really then?
That not much benefit. You can have faith about that state. That's all.
Thank you.
As we realize the Turiya or the Turiya Tita state, we have not changed our way of life. What kind of conflicts should we expect?
Don't worry. When you experience that, you will have a simple, straightforward answer for all these problems. It's like the born blind person is asking, Doctor, I know you will give me my vision back. After that, how will I walk without my walking stick? Understand? When you have your eyes, you will have answer for all these problems. Don't worry.
Thank you.
Swamiji.
Intuition, melting the wax, and how it relates to the 25 states of consciousness.
Yes. Listen. Intuition is from this Turiya and Turiya, this state. All of you listen carefully. Whether swapna, dream or waking state, come near this Turiya and Turiya, the intuition is experienced. It is like a Turiya and Turiya is like a huge fire. And dream and waking, both states are made of the same wax. Dream state is little polluted wax. Waking state is little pure wax. But both are same wax. When that wax is brought near the Turiya, not only Turiya gives the information about your future, it gives you also the energy to change the wax as you want. Manipulate it as you want. Move it as you want. Please understand, intuition means not just information about your future. Ability to change as you want and execute it without effort. All these three put together is intuition. For example, if you are having an information about some problem going to come in your business or some benefit going to come in your business, if it is a problem, you will have the intelligence to change. If it is a benefit, you will have the simple manifesting without you putting any effort. Understand? Along with intuition, intuition means jnana. Always the Icha. Icha Shakti means ability to change. Kriya Shakti means simply able to manifest. All these three always comes together, not as one. You cannot say, I just came to know the accident going to happen in my life and I went there in the car exactly in the time and got into the accident and broke my hands. No, that is not intuition. That is your fear assumption. Sometimes it may become right. Fear assumption, sometimes becoming right does not mean you have intuition. If you are having information as intuition that you are going to have a car accident, you will simply be able to change it. Same way, if you are having intuition, you are going to have $1 million. You will manifest it without any effort. Any intuition always comes with Icha, Kriya, Jnana, all the three Shaktis together. Jnana means knowledge about the future. Icha means ability, desire to change. Kriya means ability to manifest without effort. All these three, if it comes together only, it is called intuition. Otherwise, it is not intuition.
So, a person that experiences epileptic seizures while sleeping, are they in sleep or dream state?
I can say the dream state is being strongly attacked by the deep sleep state. It is like a belief part is in the dream state, but the desire part in the deep sleep state. A war between these two. Yes.
These 25 states have dependency on desire and belief system. Are this belief and desire are the byproducts of your biomemory and muscle memory?
Yes, I can say it is a byproduct of your biomemory and muscle memory.
So we
And
cannot
these 25 states are not dependent on that. Actually, your desire and belief is dependent on the 25 states.
The self-realization mentioned in Bhagavad Gita is in which state it falls?
So the self-realization Bhagavan talks in Bhagavad Gita is Turiya Turiya. Nirvikalpa Samadhi he talks is Turyadita Turyadita. Self, when he uses the word Jivan Mukti, he talks more like a Turiya Turiya. When he says about Nirvikalpa Samadhi, he talks about Turyadita Turyadita.
How are emotions like anger handled in in the higher state?
In the higher states, you may be ferocious, but you will not be angry. Being ferocious does not mean angry. So anger makes you powerless. Ferociousness never puts you in powerlessness.
My question is that currently when we manifest things in the Brahma Muhurtam, which state are we in? And once you put us in Turyatita, how will Brahma Muhurtam manifest itself?
No, see, Brahma Muhurtam as on now is only used as a technique for you to manifest. In the Brahma Muhurtam, what state you are in is deciding, it is decided based on what do you want. If you want to be having Turiya continuously, and you put that word in the Brahma Muhurtam, put that idea, you start manifesting Turiya. And after I put you into the Turyatita, naturally your Brahma Muhurtam, you will be in Turyatita, you will not be asking for anything else.
Thank you, Swamiji.